If you are posting AI and automation videos, you already know the problem. You blink and you miss 3 new trends. What if you could press one button and instantly get the top videos for any AI topic, plus an AI summary and 3 fresh video ideas delivered straight to your Gmail automatically? In this video, I will show you the exact n8n workflow I built to do that node by node with the same settings you can copy. The workflow file and the prompt template are linked in the video description and also inside my free school community, so you can grab it and ask questions anytime. All right, let us build this from scratch in n8n. Think of the workflow as a simple pipeline. We search YouTube for a keyword, we take the top results, we format them into a clean list, we ask an AI model to summarize the trend and suggest video ideas, then we format everything into a nice email and send it to Gmail. First node is manual trigger. This is the easiest way to test because nothing runs until you click execute workflow. When you're happy with the results, you can swap this with a scheduled trigger later, like daily or weekly, but starting manual is perfect for beginners because you can see every output clearly. Next node is called set search config. This node is basically our control panel. We set 3 values here. One query. In my example, the query is HeyGen. That means we are asking YouTube for videos related to HeyGen so we can see what is performing and what topics creators are focusing on. 2, region code. I set this to US. This matters because YouTube results can vary by region. If your audience is mostly US, this is a good default. If your audience is UK, Germany, Australia, anywhere, you can switch the region code and the results can shift. 3, max results. I set this to 8. Why 8 if we only want the top 5 later? Because it is a small buffer. Sometimes an API returns an item you do not want, or you might later filter out duplicates, so pulling a few extra gives you flexibility but still keeps it fast. Now, a very important setting you will notice in a set node is keep only set. In my setup, it is off, which means it keeps any incoming data plus the new fields. Since manual trigger does not bring data, it does not matter much here, but the general rule is, if you only want your clean config fields and nothing else, turn it on. That keeps your data tidy and avoids confusion later. Now we move to the YouTube search node. It is an HTTP request node, and this is where the magic starts. The URL is the YouTube Data API search endpoint. We are making a GET request, which means we are just fetching data. In the node, make sure send query parameters is enabled. Instead of putting everything in the URL manually, we add query parameters in the fields below. This is cleaner and easier to debug. Let us walk through the parameters one by one, and I will explain why each one exists. First parameter is key. This is your YouTube API key. You get it from Google Cloud by enabling the YouTube Data API and creating an API key. It's one important security note: do not hardcode your API key in production workflows. Use an environment variable in n8n or use credentials where possible, so if you share the workflow, you do not leak your key. On screen, I will blur my key. You should paste your own. Next parameter is part, and the value is snippet. This is required for the YouTube search API because it tells YouTube what data you want returned. Snippet gives you the basics like title, channel name, publish date, thumbnails, that sort of thing. We keep it as snippet because it is lightweight and exactly what we need for a digest. If you request more than you need, it gets heavier and slower, and it can also complicate your parsing. So snippet is the perfect beginner-friendly choice. Next parameter is max results. Instead of hard typing 8 here, I am pulling it dynamically from the set search config node using an expression. The idea is simple. You set max results once in your control panel node, then every node that needs it reads from there. That way, if you change 8 to 20 later, you do it once and the workflow updates automatically. Next parameter is type, and we set it to video. The search API can return channels, playlists, and videos. We only want videos because our digest is about trending videos. So type equals video keeps the results clean. Next parameter is Q, that is the actual search query, and again we pull it from the set search config node using an expression. So Q becomes HeyGen videos today, but tomorrow it could be make.com, Zapier, AI agents, whatever you want. Next parameter is region code, and again we pull it from the set search config node. This matches what we set earlier, like US. Last parameter is order, and we set it to view count. This is a really important choice. View count tends to surface videos with high total views, which is great if you want proven winners and big topics. If you want newest trends instead, you can switch order to date. The trade-off is date might show tiny videos with low views, while view count shows bigger established ones. For a digest that helps you spot what performs, view count is a solid default. Now, after you run this node, the output will be a big JSON response from YouTube. Beginners always get overwhelmed here, so do not panic. The only part we really care about is the items array, and inside each item we care about 2 things: id.video ID and snippet fields like title and channel title. That is why the next node exists. It is called extract top 5 videos, and it is a code node written in JavaScript. This node takes the messy response and turns it into a clean list. Let us break down what it is doing. It starts by reading all input items. In our case, we expect one input item, which is the HTTP response from YouTube. Then it grabs the body JSON from that first item. Then it does this body.items or an empty list if there are no items. This prevents errors if YouTube returns nothing. Then it slices the first 5 items. That is how we limit to top 5. Then it maps each result into a simple object with 5 fields. Index. This is just the ranking number, so our email can show number 1, number 2, and so on. Title. Taken from snippet.title. Channel. Taken from snippet.channel title. Published at. Taken from snippet.published at and URL. This is built by combining the base watch URL with the video ID. Finally, it returns a single clean JSON output with a videos array. This is what makes everything else easy. Now we move to the next code node called prepare AI prompt. This node creates the exact message we will send to the AI model. First, it reads the videos array from the previous node. Then it creates a list text string. Basically, it loops over the videos and builds lines like number, title, channel, and link. The reason we include the link is it makes the prompt grounded. The model can see the titles and context, and it also gives you clickable links in the final email. Then we build the prompt text itself. And this is important. We are telling the AI who it is, an expert YouTube content strategist for AI and automation creators. Then we parse the trending list. Then we ask for 2 outputs. First output in 3 to 4 sentences, explain what topics and angles are trending based on these videos. This gives you a quick pattern recognition summary. Second output suggests 3 concrete video ideas for an AI automation channel in bullet points. That makes it actionable, not just informative. And we end with keep it simple and beginner friendly. That one line is huge because it controls the tone and your audience will understand the ideas even if they are new. Now we go into the OpenAI node. In your workflow, this node is literally named OpenAI and the operation is message a model. The key things to set here are the model, the messages, and temperature. For the model, I use GPT-4o Mini. The reason is simple. It is fast, affordable, and strong enough for summaries and idea generation. If you want higher quality, you can upgrade to a bigger model, but for a daily digest, this is perfect. Now the messages. We send 2 messages. The first message is a system message which sets the behavior. It says you write short, practical summaries for YouTube creators. So even if the user prompt is long, the model stays concise. The second message is the user content, and we insert the prompt from the previous node using an expression. So the AI always receives the newest list of videos. Now temperature, I set it to 0.6. Here is how to think about it. Lower temperature means more predictable, more consistent. Higher temperature means more creative, more variety, but sometimes more messy. For video ideas, 0.6 is a sweet spot. It stays practical but still gives fresh ideas. When you execute this node, the output will include the assistant message content, which is the summary and the bullet ideas. Now we take that AI text and turn it into a beautiful email. That is the next code node called format email body. This node does 3 main jobs. Job 1, extract the AI content. Different versions of nodes sometimes store the output in slightly different fields. So the code checks ai.message.content first, then ai.text, then it falls back to a safe message like no AI summary received. This prevents blank emails. Job 2, bring back the original videos list. Notice we are not trusting the AI to remember the list. We pull the videos directly from the prepare AI prompt node output, and that guarantees our email always includes the correct videos, even if the AI output changes formatting. Job 3, build HTML for us. This is the part that makes your Gmail look clean. It loops over each video and creates a card style block with the title, channel, a clickable link, and the published date. It uses simple inline CSS because email clients can be picky and inline styles are the safest. Then it creates a header that says your AI YouTube trend digest. Then it adds the video blocks. Then it adds an AI summary and content ideas section in a green box, and it uses pre-wrap styling so line breaks and bullet formatting stay readable. At the bottom, it adds a small note that the email was sent automatically. If you do not want that line, you can remove it. It is just a friendly footer. Now final node, send Gmail. This node sends the email to your inbox. Let us go through the key fields. Send to. This is the email address you want to receive the digest. You can send it to yourself or to a team inbox or even multiple recipients if you want. Subject. This is the subject line shown in Gmail. Mine is AI YouTube Trend Digest n8n automation. You can add the keyword in the subject later, like Trend Digest, Hey Jen, so you know what the digest was about. Message. This is the email body field, and we map it to the email body output from the format email body node using an expression. That is how the HTML gets injected into the email. Then there is an option called append n8n attribution. By default, n8n can append a line that says it was sent with n8n. In my workflow, I turn that off so the email looks clean. Now, the most important part here is credentials. The Gmail node requires Google OAuth 2, so n8n can send emails from your account. So I have a full step-by-step video showing exactly how to set up Google credentials the correct way. It is linked in the description and it is also on my channel. Follow that once and you are done forever. Same for the YouTube API key. If you do not already have it, you enable the YouTube Data API in Google Cloud, generate an API key, then paste it into the HTTP request node. Again, do not hard code it. If you plan to share the workflow, use environment variables or credentials so you keep your key safe. If something breaks, here are the top beginner issues. If YouTube returns an error, it is usually an invalid API key. The YouTube Data API is not enabled, or you hit quota. Start by checking the key and that the API is enabled in Google Cloud. If Gmail fails, it is usually OAuth permissions or the wrong Google account connected. Reconnect credentials and make sure you're authorizing the exact Gmail inbox you're trying to send from. If the email looks like raw HTML, it means you sent it as plain text. Make sure the Gmail node is sending HTML content and your message field is mapped correctly. Now, before we wrap, let me show you 2 quick upgrades you can do after this works. Upgrade 1, make it run automatically. Replace manual trigger with a scheduled trigger and set it to daily, like every morning. Then you wake up with a digest in your inbox. Upgrade 2, make it multi-topic. Duplicate the workflow for different queries or create a list of queries and loop through them. For example, 1 digest for AI agents, 1 for n8n, 1 for HeyGen, and 1 for voice agents. Now, quick note, if you want the exact workflow JSON, the prompt template, and a couple of extra variations like recent videos only and best performing this month, I put all of that inside my free school community. Join it, grab the resources, and if you get stuck, post your screenshot and I will help you fix it. And last thing, if this workflow saved you time, do me a favor, subscribe, because I'm dropping more automations like this, practical ones you can copy, not theory. And again, the school community link has the workflow, updates, and support. See you in the next one.